Shazam! That's better. Thanks to Fandango, I and many other people around the world got to see DC's newest film, Shazam, about 2 weeks early. So I guess this is what it feels like when those official movie reviews get to see movies earlier than the rest of us. I like it. I gotta say, I really like this Captain Marvel movie better than the other Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel stars my future ex-husband, Zachary Levi. Oh, Zachary Levi is so fine! If Zachary Levi were here right now, I would totally blow him. With his permission, of course, because I'm all about consent. Oh, Zachary. Back on topic, it stars Zachary Levi as the superhero now known as Shazam. But when he was first created, I believe in the 40s, he was known as Captain Marvel. But Marvel Comics didn't like that, so they sued for that name, and now he's known as Shazam. Shazam is the adult form of 14-year-old Billy Batson, played by Asher Angel, who gets the power of the Greek gods by the Wizard of Mamaragan, played by Djimon Hounsou. And I gotta say, this is definitely my favorite film of this incarnation of the DCEU, and quite possibly my favorite of the DC films period behind The Dark Knight. It was fun, the characters were a blast, it was very self-aware, and this movie had a lot of heart. And being that our main character was played by two different actors, Zachary Levi and Asher Angel, you didn't feel like Billy Batson was underutilized and Shazam was overutilized, or vice versa. I think this movie had a pretty good balance of using both of them equally. I feel like this movie is way more of a family drama than it is a superhero-esque movie, and that's definitely not a bad thing. I think that's actually a great thing for this movie. Like, I love the dynamic that was set up between Billy Batson and his new foster family. Like, you got to know and care about his foster parents, and each of the foster kids were great. The only foster kid that I kind of had a problem with, not really a problem, but they didn't really develop him that much, was, I believe his name was Jovan Arman, who played Pedro Pena. They didn't really give him much of a personality. There was only one thing that they kind of hinted at in the movie that they didn't really confirm, and that was really all you got from that character. So going forward, I would like to see more of that character, especially considering the fact that he was the one foster kid that, again, I feel like I got nothing from. Faith Herman, most people would know her from This Is Us. I love that show. She was great in this movie, and she was so cute and adorable. Like, I loved her in this movie. But the breakout character slash actor in this movie, it was definitely Jack Dylan Grazer, who played Freddie Freeman. He was definitely the best part of the movie. Like, there's a running joke in this movie, and it's not going to be a spoiler, but there's a running joke in this movie that he just has a face that looks like he's up to no good. And that's definitely true. Like, this was perfect casting. Like, he was great. And on top of that, like, this movie doesn't work if the character of Freddie doesn't have good chemistry with Billy Batson. And on the flip, if the character of Freddie doesn't have good chemistry with Shazam. And I think both actors nailed it. Like, Jack's chemistry with Asher, fantastic. Jack's chemistry with Zachary, also fantastic. The thing that really didn't work for me in this movie, and not even because of what they did, like, ultimately for what they did, it was fine, but it's just that I wanted something different, is the villain, Dr. Sivani, played by Mark Strong. And the reason I say it didn't work for me is because ultimately I feel like for what they did, just give me Black Adam. That's who I wanted the villain to be in this movie, especially considering, and this isn't a spoiler, but the fact that they gave that character basically the same powers as Shazam. And you see it in the trailer. And I don't know a whole lot about Shazam from the comics. I never really read much of his comic runs, but what I do know is Dr. Sivani is Shazam's Lex Luthor. But in this movie, they gave him basically the same powers as Shazam. And I feel like you already have a character that has the same powers as Shazam, and that's Black Adam. So why not just put Black Adam in this movie? But again, that's just a personal thing. That's just a route that I would have preferred they would have went to. But what they did with the character, I didn't really have a problem with it, and I ultimately did enjoy that. I just personally wanted something different. But yeah, as I said earlier, I ultimately enjoyed Shazam. It was my favorite of the DCEU films. I can't wait to see it again when it officially releases. Zachary, if you're listening, call me. Overall, I would give Shazam a super moist. Are you guys excited to see Shazam? Oh, that's a tongue twister. See Shazam, see Shazam, see Shazam. For those of you that have seen it, what did you think about it? Let me know down in the comment section below. No spoilers. Also, be sure to follow me on the social media platforms listed below. And I'll catch you guys next time.